All right, so we're talking about prestige here. How do we increase the prestige, the reputation, the clout of your company, of your business, of your corporation? Well, what we have to begin to dissect, break apart, and then put back together are the internal components of your operation as well as the external components. Let's talk about prestige. When you hear the word prestige, what do you think about? What do you think of? I think of, oh man, it's more of a feeling. It's respect, it's value, it's high value, it's seductive, it's interesting. It's it's hard to access. It's hard to access. So if you know you're in the room, you must be somebody. You feel good about that. You feel good about working with that. You feel good about your partners working with their partners. You feel good about functioning with prestige. So how do we drive that upwards? Well, there are certain components, and there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 components that I want to discuss here today. The first component, these are all internal components, by the way. We're going to evaluate internal versus external. These are the 8 internal components that drive a company's prestige upwards. We have employee satisfaction. We have compensation. We have corporate culture. We have work-life balance. We have business outlook. We have promotion policies. We have a challenging environment. We have exit opportunities. Now let's go back through this list: employee satisfaction, compensation, corporate culture, work-life balance, business outlook, promotion policies, ability to challenge, exit opportunities. Let's go back through that list and break down what each of them mean. These are internal components of prestige. Employee satisfaction. How satisfied are the employees with your company? How fulfilled are your employees showing up to work every day, knowing that they are a partner with your business and your organization? They're working for your business and they're working with your business. How satisfied? Where is their satisfaction derived from? On a scale of 1 to 100, overall, how do they feel about working for your company? Next, compensation. What are you paying? What are you paying your workers? What are you paying the employees for their value, for their time? Less compensation with an increased amount of labor leads to dissatisfaction. More compensation with a moderate workload leads to productivity, leads to efficiency, leads to happiness. See, when you do something that you love and you get paid for it, it's not work. You do it for free. But when you do something that you love and you don't get paid for it, it becomes work over time. It becomes exhausting. And when you do something that you hate and you get paid for it, it just makes you bitter. And if you do something you hate and you don't get paid for it, it makes you want to kill yourself. Moving on from employee satisfaction, moving on from employee satisfaction and compensation, corporate culture. What is the corporate culture? What is the environment like in business? What is the environment like? What is the vibe like? What is the energy? It has a lot to do with how your people are, but how the offices are structured. Are you doing cubicles? Are you doing open floor plan? That has an effect on the corporate culture. Your environment has an effect on the culture. A village in the mountains is going to have a different kind of culture than a village in wetlands or on the ground? Understand? Corporate culture. What's the engagement between employees and each other? What is their engagement? Moving on from employee satisfaction, compensation, corporate culture, we're on work-life balance. What is the work-life balance like? What's the percentage of the amount of the workload that your employees are actually taking home with them? Do they have to respond to emails when they're home with their kids and they're trying to enjoy their families? What's the work-life balance? Is it a 60-40 balance, which is often a good balance? 60% work, 40% life? That's a typical. When you start to get 50-50, you start really like, okay, it's either work or it's living. Really what I would like to get to, what I would like to get most organizations to is a 40-60 work-life balance. So 40% work, 60% life. Moving on from employee satisfaction, compensation, corporate culture, work-life balance, we're on business outlook. Business outlook. What is it has a lot to do with the vision of the company and the overall direction that the organization overseeing the company is trying to take the company towards. The business outlook. It's how people feel on the inside of your company and people from the outside looking in. How do they feel about your company? The business outlook, your corporate outlook, potential for upward mobility. We're getting into that. Now, moving on from business outlook, work-life balance, corporate culture, compensation, employee satisfaction, we're on promotional policies. Promotional policies. Now we're getting into upward mobility. When there's no growth, when people can't see a future, when they know they're just going to be stuck at one point, it's kind of depressing. You know, what are your policies on promotion? Every 3 years, is someone guaranteed a promotion? They put the work in, they show up every day, they dedicate themselves to the company. How are they being recognized besides trophies and accolades and certificates and plaques? How else are they being recognized? Are you raising their value? Are you appreciating their value? Is the value all in the title, or is the value also in the new level of responsibility that comes with the title? The new level of leadership? Because if the value is all in the title, the promotion ain't shit. It don't mean nothing. It's just a title change. Higher compensation. How else are you compensating your employees besides lunches and dinners? Moving on from promotional policies, business outlook, work-life balance, corporate culture, compensation, employee satisfaction, we're on ability to challenge. How challenging is your environment? If people aren't challenged, they get bored. If people are challenged too often and there's no leeway, then people go crazy. People, what do you call it? When it's just, you're too oppressed. You're defeated. You don't want defeated employees. You want active employees. You want employees that ask questions. You want employees that are thinking creatively. You want an employee mindset that is constantly, their imagination is constantly under stimulus. It's constantly stimulated, because that's what keeps the workforce young, youthful, no matter how old, no matter what their age. Imagination is what keeps us youthful. So we want to make sure that we're having challenges in the workplace, challenges that require effort, they require hard work, they require teamwork, they require innovation, collaboration, creativity, but they're also challenges that are possible to be overcome. Moving on from ability to challenge, promotion policies, business outlook, work-life balance, corporate culture, compensation, employee satisfaction, exit opportunities. Now, when you have a great business, you also have great exit opportunities. So what is an exit opportunity? Upon your employees leaving your company, them taking your business's reputation with them further in life, wherever they decide to go, to another competitor or to a completely different field, they're taking the prestige of your company with them. Your company's on their resume. Now, their success rate at getting hired or picked up or receiving interest from multiple organizations, also of high caliber. That's the exit opportunity. That's when your business has a high demand for your talent. That means you're a factory that produces a desirable workforce. That means other organizations want to recruit the employees that work for you. That adds a tremendous amount of potential and realness to your company prestige. Going through the list one more time, these are the internal components: employee satisfaction, compensation, corporate culture, work-life balance, business outlook, promotional policies, ability to challenge, exit opportunities. Creating a high demand for your talent equals the prestige of your company name. These are all the internal components of the prestige of your company. Now, I always preach that every business needs systems for success, no matter what business it is. No systems, no process, no people and technology working together in harmony, no success. A few of those systems are the systems that will tighten up your organization. You want to ask your business some questions. What's my system for getting leads? What's my system for understanding my client goals? What's my system for providing solutions? What's my system for converting leads into paying customers? What's my system for retaining customer loyalty so they continue to do business with me no matter the weather? What's my system for handling legal affairs? What's my system for managing my business systems? What's my system for managing the financials of my business? What's my system for protecting and growing my business reputation? What's my system for effective team communication? A system is a proven and established method for continual success in an arena of business. Now, what's my system for protecting and growing my reputation? This is it. This is what we're talking about. This is prestige. Employee satisfaction, compensation, corporate culture, work-life balance, business outlook, promotional policies, ability to challenge, exit opportunities. This drives your evaluation upward. We're just talking about prestige. We're not talking about balance sheet. We're not talking about cash flow. We're not talking about income statement. We're not talking about investors and shareholders. We're not talking about product. We're not talking about your service. We're not talking about your reach. We're not talking about marketing. We're talking about prestige, overall growth and reputation of your business. This is just your company name. And these are all the internal components that involve your company name. Now, we're not going to cover the external components of your company name today, but we will get back to that. Now I offer my strategic expertise. I develop a private equity division inside corporations that can grow beyond their personal borders. Add-on acquisitions, bolt-on acquisitions. It's about sustaining value, protecting value, increasing value, driving the valuation upward, creating a high demand for your talent and prestige of company name. I'm Bryan James.
Diamond shot in the dark. Yeah. She from LA, but she live in New York. What? Yeah. But I ain't worried about that. Yeah. Worry about busting them trap. Yeah. Lozy, yeah. You know I be smoking that pack. Yeah. If she gon' leave, you know that she coming right back. In a Cadillac, do a drop out with a Mac. Yeah. When I walk in, none of these hoes can relax. Yeah. When I walk in, know that I move with the racks. Yeah. When I walk in, know that I move the racks. Yeah. Came right in, put my city on my back. Yeah. But I'm still so relaxed on the Xanax. Yeah. I don't care what you did, don't let you last. Yeah, but it's still Margiela all on my vest. Yeah, watercross on my neck. Yeah, I just flew to the A. Yeah, I might go to MIA. Yeah, I ain't talking paper planes. Yeah, on the block with on my chain. Yeah, got the money and the fame. Yeah, you a lame, that's a shame. All these diamonds, ain't nobody cold as us. Literally, I'm cold as fuck. Ay, I need Canadian goose. Yeah, I need to get on my clear. Yeah, diamonds so cold, need some soup. Yeah.